kitchen doing rainy day Sunday activities. And it occurred to me, enough time has passed. It's time you tell your book friends about this book. Buckle up, because it's a doozy. Hello. As readers, every once in a while we come across a dandy of a book, a doozy of a book, a gem of a book. And that is exactly what I have discovered. So I thought I would share it with you. Now, this book is not going to be for everyone, but it is going to be for a lot of you. Okay, so a couple months ago or a couple years ago, I don't know, but I came across a story, just a little snippet story about a woman named Marina Abramovic. And I delved in ever so gently. And then that was all. That was all she wrote. I moseyed along. Okay, now here we are. I do really think that it was maybe a year or two later, and she crossed my path again. This time when she came knocking, I answered, and I decided to read her book. She has a lot of books. The book that I chose to read was Walk Through Walls. Now, I chose to do the Audible version. I am so glad that is the route that I decided to take, because she narrates it. It's unabridged, and the stories that this woman tells, she has lived a colorful life. The book starts with her walking through the woods with her grandmother. They come from Yugoslavia. She's walking through the woods with her grandmother. She's very, very, very young. And upon, I guess, exiting the woods, she sees a straight line in the road, and she dashes towards it to touch it. Curiosity, children. Her grandmother yells, "No, it's a snake." It was a snake. And the point that she was making is, as little children, we are fearless. It isn't until someone puts the fear in us that we actually begin to know what fear is and what to do with it. So basically, that is where her fearlessness comes. I am telling you, this woman is the most fearless woman I have come across thus far. I don't even know that I will come across another one as fearless as Marina. She is a performing artist. Now here's the thing. I made myself a coffee. I want to take a drink so bad, but I'm not going to do that. You have my undivided attention. Here we go. This will just have to wait. Now listen. The performing arts, okay, that's the thing. I'm not too familiar with the performing arts. I am not worldly. I am not skilled in these little pockets of the world. And she introduced me to a small little snippet of this world. But my gosh, I was taken aback. I was disturbed. I was startled. I was curious. I was proud. I mostly, I'll say it again, was confused. I don't understand what would make a person want to do the things that they want to do. Now here's the thing. I will never, ever put something down that I don't understand. I will simply try to understand it. I'll research it, I'll educate myself, and I will do my best to get myself on the same page as you. But sometimes somebody's got to hold my hand. They've got to take me there, because I just don't know. Okay, so now that we know this is going to be a startling book, a confusing book, I am going to put out there too, there is a lot of nudity involved in this particular form of art. Okay, so I just want to put that out there, because I was going to buy another book of hers and it was quite expensive, but I decided not to, because it was mostly nude pictures, and I don't know the art well enough to have a book like that on hand. So I'm going to stick to the black and white printed word. All right. I did go ahead and buy this book. Now, this book is Nomadic Journey and Spirit of Places. This is by Marina herself. And what this is, it's kind of like her commonplace journal. Every hotel that she stayed in, her just notes, her ideas, her thoughts, whatever it is that was coming to her mind at that time, she was writing down. So this is kind of like a diary in essence. So this I did want to have, because I love to know what, goes on in somebody else's mind. And I don't know, I find it inspirational. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're not familiar with Marina and some of the art that she has performed, you are in for a ride. She has had constructed a 3-part unit with the basic necessities: bed, toilet, shower, table. No books, no food, no television, no form of entertainment. And she was to stay in these 3 units as she was being observed by an audience, showering, going to the bathroom, just existing without any form of entertainment. She was going to do it for 12 days. 12 days. I could not even do that for 2 hours, let alone 12 days. So, kudos to her for having the strength and willpower to do that. Okay, another thing that she did, she had a boyfriend, Ule, and oh boy, was this disturbing. This was. She was with Ule for 12 years, and he was of the performing art, what do I want to say? I'm just going to say realm, for lack of a better word. And they performed art together, and they started doing everything together. I think they were together for 12 years until he cheated on her. He cheated on her. And what originally was, he was going to walk one end of the Great Wall of China, and she was going to walk the other, and they were going to meet in the middle, and they were going to marry. But things took a wrong turn, and then ever so graciously, she decided that they would still meet in the middle as a parting of the ways. They would embrace and they would go their own ways. And she did say that as she was walking, she still had hope that it would work out between the two of them. So her whole, I could just put myself in her shoes. Walking that entire distance, oh God, I don't even remember how many days it would take, but just with that hope in her heart, I love you and I hope we can work this out. And then she ended up walking a little bit further than he did, even though he came from flat land towards the desert, or from the desert, and she came from hilly territory. She ended up having to walk a little bit further than him, where she discovered him on a bench, and she was confused because, like, why are you sitting on a bench? And he said, when he noticed this area, it was a good photo opportunity. It was very aesthetic. So he thought he would just hang out there and then they could get their picture taken there. Where she was upset because you were turning something that was supposed to be so beautiful into something that was photogenic, and that was upsetting. And I could see where she was coming from. She even had to put in the extra work, while he was just hanging out there for 3 days waiting for her. when she finally did meet him, guess what? Guess what that son of a gun did? They were given Chinese aides to walk with them and translate with them and guide them in a safe manner. And he got a little too friendly with his aide, and he ended up getting her pregnant. So now he has to tell Marina, who still has hope in her heart, that, oh, this is so-and-so, my guide, and by the way, we're going to have a baby, and I'm going to marry her in December. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Poor Marina, her whole entire life, her mother was a monster, just a monster. Her mother enraged me because she was very physical, very, very abusive. And boy, well, I'm telling you, I am not a fan of that mother at all. I mean, the things that I was listening to, I was like enraged by how a human being could be so cold and cruel. Marina's birthday is November 30th, but her mother told her that she was born on November 29th because if you were born on that day, then you could get candy. They handed candy out to the children that were born on the 29th. But her mother loved to say for 10 years, no, I'm not taking you to get candy, even though it is your birthday, no candy for you, because you are not being good. You're not a good girl. You're not the ideal child, even though she was. The mother just loved to do that, and it wasn't until Marina was 10 years old that she found out she wasn't even born on the 29th. She was born the next day, but it was just another cruel punishment that her mother could inflict upon her. Not down with that. I do not dig that at all. Thankfully, she had a good father, but her father did have a roving eye and eventually did end up divorcing her mom and moving on. And I just think her whole entire life has been trauma. It has been people not being nice to her for no reason whatsoever. I guess they just get too involved in their own lives, and they take it out. They take it out on the children, or they take it out on others because I guess that's how they deal with it. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what, this is definitely going to be a book that stays with me forever. And it is definitely going to be my most interesting read of the year. That is for sure. I do give her all the praise and credit for pulling off the things that she did. I mean, some of the I don't want to say stunts. That would be ignorant of me. Some of the art that she performed was brutal. It was bloody. It was baffling. It was, like I said, confusing. But yeah, this book is something, that's for sure. Would I encourage you to read it? Yeah, I absolutely would. We can't always read the romance, right? Sometimes we have to step outside of our box and learn from others, and know what's out there, and appreciate somebody else's lifestyle, or the sacrifices, or the things that come from the things that were inflicted upon another human being. I'm sure that she's rich. I didn't Google it or anything like that, and I mean, like, I hope that she is. I hope she has more money than she knows what to do with, because God knows she deserves it for some of the art that she has performed. But she's definitely somebody that needs to be explored and captivating. And I mean, you're either going to be like, I can't handle that, or you're going to be, are you kidding me? I can't really get enough of it. I'm just so intrigued. So I don't know which side of the fence that you're on. I'm on the intrigued, curiosity, love to learn, love to know about other people, and I just love to grow as an individual and as a reader. So I'm definitely on this side of the fence. And that's why I'm recommending this book. I'm going to give it, out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it 10, because, woo, this book is phenomenal. As far as learning goes and psychology goes and all the things. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a book that I always recommend to grow, for growth, and definitely entertaining, definitely. Yeah, so there we have it. What are going to be my words of wisdom today? What are? I always do this to myself, and I do it to you too. I feel like I let you guys down, but I never have that book with the words of wisdom. So I'm sorry, no words of wisdom today, but there's always tomorrow. Until we meet again, know that I love you. Toodles.